What is going on, guys? Back once again, and the Nuggets beat the Heat again at home. Okay, there were a couple things I wanted to talk about, right? As always, Nick Wright's an idiot. Perkins is also an idiot. I saw a video of him complimenting the Nuggets and stuff, and I just want to be like, bro, shut the fuck up, like for real. You're the one who literally, I am one of the many who think that Perkins costed Jokic his MVP by pulling the race thing. So now he's like, oh yeah, they're unstoppable. I'm like, fuck you, Perkins. That's all I want to say. Fuck that guy. That's a little bit of Joy Taylor, and she's a Heat fan apparently. And I try not to judge her because she's a fan, but when she tries to break down, she does have some good takes. Like she really does. But thank God she's really pretty and she has big boobs, because honestly, that's all I get distracted by. So I'm like, yeah, she makes sense. But it could just be, the inner guy in me just being a horn dog and not actually listening. Because then when she talks about she was also the one who was talking shit about Jokic when he won his back-to-back MVPs. She was talking shit about it. And so I lost respect for her on that one, because she's like, where's this blah, blah, postseason success, blah, blah, blah. But yet she voted for Embiid when Embiid has no postseason success. And she's over here talking about postseason, because when Jokic got swept in the first round last year, I think Embiid went to the second round, and that's when she's all like, because we're still here talking about our MVP, or we're still here talking about Embiid and them, but we're not talking about Jokic. Like, she was going off about how she wishes the award was issued at the end of the season, which I agree, actually. I agree. Instead of doing it early postseason, I'd rather have it be end of the season. I agree on that. But then she's over here saying, because blah blah blah, the postseason's this, postseason that, blah blah blah, like Jokic isn't in the postseason now, but Embiid still is, and so blah blah blah. But now look at it. And so now she's over here saying Embiid was my MVP, but yet Jokic is in the finals, Embiid is not. So I don't know where her logic is going to come from now. It makes no fucking sense. Like I said, good thing she got them things hanging out, because I'm just all like, bro, I'm sorry, but yeah, no, you're whack too. And then at the beginning of the game, the experts on ESPN. So this is why I'd rather watch YouTubers talk about basketball than the so-called experts, because the YouTubers, man, I want to say we, but I still don't think I'm in that echelons of of YouTubers with basketball content. But I just think me being me being a Nuggets fan, I'm realistic. At the start of the series, I said I expect the game to go 5, or the series to go 5. I wanted it to go 2 wins at Denver, 1 win on the road, and then 1 win back in Denver in game 5. I knew the Heat were going to get 1. I was not expecting them to beat us on our home court and then us having to win 2 on the road. But so far, it's still coming to fruition. What I said, it's going to be in 5. And then with the Suns series, I said it's going to be in 6. I was expecting 6. It did end in 6. The Lakers one, I said 5 or 6, but it was a sweep. So, so I'm watching these experts, and Will Bond, it was Will Bond, Jalen Rose, and Stephen A. Smith. Those 3 all voted for the Heat to win this game. All their picks were the Heat. Not one was Denver. And in my head, I'm all like, bro, we've already won on their turf already. I honestly was more worried about winning in LA than I was about winning in Miami. I don't know why, but I was. I thought LA was going to be a lot more harder than Miami. So in Miami, I'm all like, I don't think it's going to be that difficult for us to get wins. And sure enough, it's not. We got 2. So that irritates me how everyone's because Vegas odds has the Nuggets for favorites. But all these experts are like, Heat are going to win. Heat are going to win. Heat are going to win. I'm like, what kind of the sports bettors are more smarter than the analysts? It's the weirdest thing. It's just, yeah. So me bashing on, like I said, so-called experts. But let's get into the game now, Bro, AG had himself a game. AG, dude, he had himself a game. Him and Bruce Brown. I'm not gonna lie, there were times in the game, especially towards the end, where there were some calls that were questionable, and I'm like, those shouldn't. Bro, Adebayo is losing my respect, because he'd be flopping out there. That man deserves an Oscar, because that guy, he's starting to flop a lot more, and it's starting to irritate me. Because in game one, I gave him praise. I'm like, bro, he's doing really well, blah blah blah. But now he's just falling over every chance he gets with Jokic kind of bully balling him. He's falling over. I'm like, bro, stop it. And even Kevin Love's the same way. He does a loose ball where like Bruce Brown barely kind of touched him, and he goes flying out of bounds. I'm like, oh my god, dude. The NBA is just one big acting, like, what's it called, an acting interview or whatever, you know? It's a I forgot what that shit's called, like a casting call or some shit. It's just a big audition. There you go. It's a big audition for a movie or something, because they flopping everywhere. And I can't even talk shit because KCP flops around a lot too. So, you know, I'm just saying the NBA in general. But like Kevin Love did it, Vincent does that a lot. It's disgusting. Butler only does it on his jump shots. And then Adebayo, Adebayo only did it like twice, but still they're pretty, yeah. But AG had himself a night, man. He was hitting those threes. I'm all like, AG, like that's one thing, because I wanted to make videos saying in the offseason like what I want to see them work on. AG would have been his 3-point shooting. Because I'm like, he has the dunking, he has the cuts, he has the defense. If he got that three, because teams are sagging off of him. Teams are sagging off because they're daring him to shoot, because he's, well, besides MPJ this series, he would normally be the weakest shooting 3-point shooter on the team, because we have KCP shooting at a high clip. MPJ usually does. Jokic could shoot at a high clip. Murray shoots at a high clip. Like, he's probably the lowest one, and so they sag off of him a bit. So if he were to get that consistently up to like the high 30s, low 40s, bro, we would be even oh my god, dude, imagine just fucking, like, it'd be like how it was today, AG getting 27. And I've said that we have 4 players that could drop 30 any given night, between Jokic, Murray, MPJ, and Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon, it was his night. I'm still waiting on this breakout game for MPJ, which makes me I want to talk about him, because he hasn't hit any threes yet, but he was cutting more, he was getting to the basket more, going to the free throw line more, and that's what I wanted. I'm like, bro, if your shot's not falling, do something to like get to the basket, get to the hoop, get points somehow, and he was doing it. And so I'm not gonna bash MPJ for this performance, because he did what I want him to do if his shot's not falling. You know, he's driving to the hoop, you know, getting like, there were some times where I swear I was getting hacked, and they weren't calling fouls. But just keep doing what he's doing, man. Like, keep going for those cuts, doing all that. You're gonna get to the free throw line, see your shot go in. You know, like just just drive in, and he was doing that. And so a lot of I want to say praise. I'm going to throw some praise out to MPJ, because he didn't just sit at the 3-point line and chuck up 10 3-pointers and miss them all. He was actually getting to the rim, doing cuts and all that. So I like what I saw from MPJ last night. Hopefully he could pop off. We're in Denver now. Hopefully he could pop off with the home crowd behind him and stuff. I wanted to buy tickets to go to the game, but goddamn, bro, nosebleed seats start at $900. The plane tickets would be $700, and that's not including hotel and food and all that. I'm like, oh my god, dude, like, I'm just like, yeah, realistically, I probably won't be going to Denver, even though I really want to. I'd love to go to a Nuggets game, especially in the finals when they win the championship for the first time, and I'm there. And, oh, dude, I'd have to give like half of my life savings right now just to go. I'm like, ugh, I can't do it. I got to be a responsible adult, but god, dude, I really want to go. I was looking up plane tickets, I was looking up seats, I was looking up stuff like that, and I was like, fuck, I can't do it. But yeah, man, AG still, he did fantastic, man. Bruce Brown, that man, he had that little whoop whoop, whoop whoop, like out the reverse layup, like, oh bro, it was beautiful. I was like, Bruce, what is this, bro? Bruce Biceps Brown, bro, like, it just, oh, he played amazingly. And then KCP hit a shot. It was kind of funny because when MPJ was cutting and everything, I'm like, all right, dope. KCP is starting to slowly turn into the disappointment that I was with MPJ. Because like on the disappointment ladder, it was like MPJ was lower and KCP was like up here. But now they kind of flip-flopped after this last game, because I'm all like, at least MPJ is cutting and trying to do stuff. KCP is just not hitting anything. I think he had like 6 points. But he had that timely 3 And it was funny when he shot that shot. I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings again. When he shot the last shot that went in, like with like a minute and a half left, like right before he shot it, I was on that fast break, and I yelled, I'm like, KCP, make something, dude. And it went in. I'm like, thank God. I was like, it's about time, dude. So, yeah, man. I just he's been kind of disappointing too. He was like blowing out the Lakers. He was like giving it to the Lakers, and then the Heat, he's kind of just falling off. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I almost cried after this win. I almost cried because I'm all like, this is happening, man. We're gonna go back to Denver. I'm sick of winning all these fucking series and shit on the road. Like with the Suns, we won on the road. The Lakers, when we celebrated the Western Conference champion stuff, it was in LA. I'm like, can we just go home, win the championship with the whole crowd and shit there? Like, oh, dude, it'd just be perfect. It would be perfect. So I almost started crying because I'm like, dude, like I don't want to jinx it. Well, our record's pretty fun. We're like what, 8-1 now, 9-1 at home. So I'm just like, our record's pretty good. I really don't think we're gonna have another game 2 performance. That was just an off game. So I think we're gonna win it at home, and I'm so excited, man. Everything's selling out on the website still. Pisses me off, but yeah, man, I'm very excited. So I don't know if there's any more props to be given. Jokic had 5 fouls. He had a quiet 23. It's kind of sad how I say it was a weird game, but he had still 23 and like double-digit rebounds and like maybe 4 assists or some shit like that. That's just how good Jokic is. Because any other player, like, that'd be a pretty good game. Like if Christian Brown had that, like Bruce Brown had that. It was a good game for him. Jokic, when he scores 23, I'm like, yeah, it was subtle. Like, you know, I'm just like, that's how good Jokic is, though. So it was you know, it was a good win. I'm very happy. We're going back home. I got to figure out what I'm going to upload in the off season. You guys have blown up my my ref, talking shit about the ref video. I don't know how I've like doubled, almost tripled my. I was at like 4 subscribers. Now I'm at like 11, 12. So thank you guys. I did not think me just talking shit about a ref would get so many views. So I appreciate it. I really do. I'm kind of learning that there's always going to be salty people out there. See, even when I state the obvious, when I have a slow motion, like when Jimmy Butler stepped out of bounds, some guy comments, Jimmy Butler's obviously in bounds. Like you're clearly blind. And the inner me, I just want to talk shit, but I'm like, no, dude, I literally have it freeze framed right there where he's stepping out of bounds. This guy's just trolling or some shit. Like, there's always those people out there. So I'm kind of learning to, you know, ignore the people who are just ignorant, and then actually respond to you guys who actually, you know, put some insight. There was a guy commenting on some of my videos. I appreciate you, man, about like that ref being from Miami and stuff and all this other stuff. And then my last video, I said how the assists would be like 40 additional points for Murray and Jokic, but he was like, oh, but some of the passes from Murray were to Jokic. Blah, blah. I was like, oh, that makes sense. See, like, it's just shit like that. Like, if I miss something, let me know. I'm not afraid to say, oh yeah, no, you're right. Like, but if it's just being like, nah, you're dumb. Did you not see this? Like, I was like, bro, chill the fuck out, you know. But I do appreciate you guys. Like I said, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking of like doing some type of like a basketball like intro, I guess, for beginners kind of thing, where I'm showing, because I'm a Nuggets fan, I would show clips of like the like Nugget like play and describe what everything is, like the crossovers, behind the backs, you know, like the pick and rolls, alley oops, what like the scoreboards, the timeouts, the fouls, like how many each team gets, the backcourt violations, like basically explaining like all the rules. That way, you know, people can understand the game a little bit more. But you know, we'll see. Yeah, it's gonna be it for me, guys. It was a great game. I might go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll see. Like I said, it's kind of weird. People are cheering for Denver now, and it's confusing me. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, man. We are this close to finishing out this season as champs. I am so excited, man. I already partied last night. I want to go party again tonight. So I'm just like, I'm spending my money. Like I said, spending my money to go to a trip over there. I'm spending like a quarter of that, maybe, just going out and just having fun, man, because it's going to be a good time. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time, man.